guys, it's May May, and I'm going to do a super easy project tonight. And I want to show you what we're going to be working with. I have 4 of these little canvases. They are 6 by 6, and they're the thick, the wide-edged ones. And I'm going to work on them one at a time so you'll be able to see them in the screen good. So what I've done, I told you guys I've been working on some stuff for my friend who just adopted a baby, and this is for her room. And so I have 4 of these little canvases, and I have some 6 by 6 paper that's going to go with her room really well. And I actually have 2 pieces that match, and then 2 pieces that are coordinating, if that makes sense. So I'm going to put 2 that are the same on 2 pieces of canvas, and then 2 that are the same on the other piece. And I'm just going to show you doing 1 to start with. And so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take this paper. I'm going to work with some scrap paper too, because we're going to have to get kind of messy. And I'm using some Mod Podge, and I really wanted some matte finish Mod Podge, but I don't have any. So I got to use what I got. And what I got is this. So I'm going to take this Mod Podge. I'm just going to coat the back first. And you want a good thick layer because you're putting this on canvas, and it will dry, but you want it to stick. A nice even thick layer all over. This is why you want to use a scrap paper, because you want it to kind of go off and on the page to make sure you're getting a good even coat. And if you have light in your room issues like I do, because I have some white issues where I can see some things and not others, you might just want to lift it up and look. Yeah, that looks good. Then I'm also going to coat my canvas, and the reason is I have found that number 1, it gives me more play time with the paper if I have wet on both pieces, and number 2, I get less areas that just don't stick well, and then thirdly, I get less air bubbles this way because I feel like I can work them out if I have enough. So good and wet on the canvas as well. And now I'm leaving the edges raw because I'm probably just going to decorate the edges with something. But if you wanted to, you could go ahead and paint your canvas. These are pre-coated, they're pre-gessoed, which I like. And I bought them on clearance somewhere. And don't ask me where, because I don't remember. I think it was Walmart, actually. I'm going to flip this over, and then I'm going to press inside just to make sure that I get a good coverage. See how little they are? Aren't they cute? They're so little. And now I told you I wanted to use a matte paper, but since I don't have a matte finish paper, what I'm going to do is not coat the top because I don't want a shiny finish. So since I know I've got it adhered down really well, I'm not going to put Mod Podge over the top. Plus, this is going to be something she's using indoors, and it's just not going to be that big of a deal. Now my paper ran just a tiny bit over, but because I put adhesive all the way to the edges, I'm able to squish it down on the sides and make it look like it should be just like that. So there's one. Show you all the way around. And now you're just going to do all of them the same way. So I'm going to cut away and do that real quick. Okay, so I'm having to show you more of my table than normal, but that's okay. I want to get them all on here. Now what I've got is I've got them alternated, where I have one pattern, another pattern, one pattern, another pattern, like that. And this is actually not how I want them to go. I want this one here, this one here, and then I want them to go like this. I also discovered that one of my canvases is not square. So it is what it is, you know. I don't think it'll be that big of a deal when we get them hanging. But now I want to show you what I did. Way back when I used to sell Close to My Heart stuff, there was a young lady named Mandy Leahy. She's still online, and she does Close to My Heart, and her website is mypassionforscrapbooking.com, and she's also on YouTube. And she did a butterfly motif canvas or picture, and I just was so struck by it, and I thought, I want to do this sometime. And what she did was she took a bunch of different sizes of butterflies and had them kind of running across the page. Now, mine is not going to be just like hers because I don't have that kind of ability. But if you want to see hers, just check her out at Mandy Leahy, or she's Mandy Leahy, and she's at mypassionforscrapbooking.com. But these butterflies, I cut them using the Artiste cartridge. And this is the only butterfly on there. Can you see that? I'm going to put it on the paper to make it easier to see. And I think they're so pretty. And the nursery is going to have a lot of butterflies in it because Stacy, my girlfriend that has the baby, loves butterflies. So I cut them in 4 sizes. This bigger one is 2 inches. This one, let me see, I want to tell you right. See if I can show you all the sizes. Okay, so I got 2 inches. This is 1.5. This is 1, and this is 3/4 of an inch. Okay, and what we're going to do is we're going to have these butterflies flying away. So I'm trying to decide if I want to do them bigger to smaller. I guess if they were flying away from us, they would be bigger to smaller, wouldn't they? Because they would be closer and further away. But I'm going to see what happens if I just kind of mix them up. And I'm only going to adhere the centers, and I'm kind of bending them in the middle so that the center is what goes down, but the wings come up. And I cut more than I needed on purpose. I wanted to have too many, so I could have plenty, you know. Okay, so I want to put all the big ones on, and I want to come back and fill in with the smaller ones here and there. And I don't want them all going in the same direction, because I would think, and look, I just made them go in the same direction. I would think butterflies would kind of scatter, you know. Alright, and now I'm going to take this smaller size and fill in with those. This is one of those things that just looks so pretty on the wall when the light hits it, and it shimmers and shines with the little glittery papers. Now these little butterflies, they're going to go on, but they're not going to get bent. I'm just going to glue them down and make sure they are secured because they're so tiny. I'm going to put one right on that edge, and then more of the teeny tinies. Wow, I only had 1 extra, so that's good. Okay, so this is going to have these butterflies going all the way across. And now the cool part is, to me this is cool, I bought from TJ Maxx these letters, which are thickers. They are thickers. They're from American Crafts, and they're called Flaky. Okay, that's the name of them. And look, they look like wood grain. I'm going to try to get really close. They have a wood grain to them. And what I did was I just kind of made up a little saying, and I went ahead on a ruler and laid these out. And my saying says, give her wings, and then she'll do big things. Okay? So what I'm going to do is this one's going to say, give her wings, and this one's going to say, she'll do big things. So I'm going to go ahead and adhere my butterflies down, and then we'll come back and do the letters. Okay, so all the butterflies are glued down, and so I'm going to remove the butterfly canvases away. Because see how I have them kind of hanging off the edge too? When they're hanging up, they're going to go together just perfectly. And there's the other one. They're so pretty. I may even do some more embellishment. We'll talk about that in a few minutes. But now I'm going to work on putting the letters on to my pieces. So I'm going to work 1 piece at a time. I really don't need to do 2. And I'm going to use my T-square and decide. The first one has 3 words, and it's give her wings. And I think I'm going to start with her and work around her. So I have a pencil and my T-square, and I don't have to have them perfect because it's handmade, you know. So I'm going to find a good starting point, put a tiny pencil mark, there we go, I can see it, it's right there, and I'm going to start with her. And what I'm going to do is use the other side of my pen here to help me put these in place. And I will start with E, because that is the center. I'm going to lightly put them down so I can move them around if I need to. And these little thickers are pretty good stickers too. They stick pretty well. If they don't, if you're afraid they're not going to stick, just go ahead and put some adhesive on the back. I feel good about those. Now let's come up here and do give. kind of like give about right there, and there's kind of a line in the paper. I'm just going to use that line. The cool thing I like about these letters is they're automatically different sizes anyway, so it's kind of hard for me to get them perfect even if I wanted to. Just need a good guideline at the bottom. And I'm going to dot the I because I did not take it off a while ago. And now let's do wings. Like it right there. Oops, I forgot. No, that's right. Oops. Okay, now I want to show you this. Because I don't want to press too hard on the canvas and kind of dent it in, I'm going to flip the canvas over and I'm going to press those letters on from the back side. This way I'll be sure they're on good. And now those are on. Now if you feel like they're not, go ahead and glue them. Or if you want the matte or the shiny top coat, you can always cover it, you know, with Mod Podge if you want to cover it. I just want it to be matte so that the glitter really shows well. So that one's done. Give her wings. And now let's do this one. And this one's going to say she'll do big things. So this will have 4. So I need to put do about right there. So let's do that. Go ahead and start with do. I mean, it's really simple. Look how cute that is. All right, I'm going to flip this over, press this down. Now, I want to show you something. You may think there's not a method to my madness, but if you ever took typing class, you know. What you kind of want to do is go, okay, this is 3 letters, so I want to center this underneath it by just counting how many letters I have. And this I had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to 3. So I want to take that I and kind of split the center and work my way out and out. And that way, just like here, this is 2 letters. So I put the I in the center and then work my way out and out. And I get a fairly even, you know, placement. So let me show you what everything looks like together. I'm kind of excited because I haven't seen what it's going to look like either. And look at that. Give her wings. She'll do big things. So I thought this would be cute for the baby's room. Just a little something. And a good little midweek minute for you guys just to see something you can do. I mean, this is super quick and easy. And if you want to add anything else to it, go ahead. That is the midweek minute. And let me know what you guys think about this little project. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.